Number 1. Find out what happened. You might be hurt by what your partner did to you, and it is fine, but you should always know that there must be a reason for every action. You should always try to find out what the reason is that your partner did, what he or she did before you jump into a conclusion. There might be so many things that can trigger you that your partner does not know about. Even in marriage, you learn about each other every day. You also do not know everything that can trigger your partner, no matter how long the two of you have been together. Always be aware and sensitive to the actions of your partner and be proactive when dealing with them. You need to understand why they did what they did. It could be coming from an innocent heart and they probably did not mean to hurt you. It could just be that you are overreacting to the whole situation. This is why communication is very important in any relationship. Whenever something happens, instead of reporting the case to a third party, you should try to communicate with your partner. Try to investigate what happened, why your partner did what he or she did, and why it triggered you so much. The answer to your curiosity might be capable of saving your marriage. You need to be very mature in your dealings in order not to aggravate things. It is true that it is you who is hurt, but even in this state, your maturity lies in how you are able to handle the situation. Your partner might be unaware that what he or she did hurt you that much. In fact, your partner could just apologize in passing, but probably what your partner did really hurt you a lot and you feel they are not remorseful enough for what they did. For every action, there is always a reaction. Most times you focus on what your partner did to you, failing to realize that you might have caused what happened. It might all be your fault and you could turn a blind eye to this simply because you are hurt. It is fine to feel hurt, but you need to be logical when analyzing the whole scenario. If it really hurt you so much, then get to the bottom of the issue. Most times it is always difficult to accept fault, especially when you have been hurt by this person. But you need to be mature enough to take responsibility when due. You could also find out what happened and none of it is your fault. You need to look for a mature way to table this to your partner. The plan is to make sure the issue does not aggravate, and if you plan to hurt your partner back, then it will become a major issue in your marriage. Something so small might end up breaking your marriage, so you need to be careful and handle things with maturity. Number 2, listen more than you speak. Majority of the time, the best way to find out what really happened is to hear directly from your spouse. Everything you have been thinking, every story you have been making up in your head might all just be speculations. You need to know the truth of the situation before you can come to any conclusion. You should make sure you listen to the message that your partner is trying to pass across, because if you keep talking when you are hurt, you would probably say the wrong thing in anger, and this might just make things worse. You should be patient with your partner and listen to them to understand why they did what they did before taking any action. You need to address whatever it is, because shouting on your partner is not the solution. Sit your partner down and talk to them and be calm in your conversation. Understand the reasons for their action before making conclusions. Number 3, let them know what they did. Sincerely, it is no fun when you give your partner an attitude. If they did something that hurt you, you should be able to tell them what they did. You should not have to keep something like that to yourself. It could be that they did not mean to hurt you, and so they did not know that what they did really hurt you so much. If you do not let them know what is going on, then you would put them in a state of confusion, and they have no option but to keep guessing what they might have done wrong to deserve such treatment from you. This usually doesn't end well. This is not what marriages are all about. You need to be able to communicate with your partner and let them know whenever you are hurt. It is even better for you two to let them know what they did. This would spark up a new conversation, and the two of you would know more about one another. This is also great because your partner now knows that a particular thing hurts you and they would never want to try it again. This would definitely improve your relationship with your partner. This is one of the major reasons why communication is very important in a relationship. You get to talk to your partner about anything, and you get to understand them better. Whenever your partner does something wrong and it hurt you so much, you should always let them know what they did and give them the opportunity to explain themselves. This way, you get to see things more from their own point of view, and everything will be fine again. It even helps take things off your chest, and you realize that healing would be easier. Number 4, forgive and forget. You should learn how to create an atmosphere for apology whenever someone hurt you. It is painful when someone you trust so much does something that hurt you. You would realize that it is actually easier to forgive a stranger than to forgive someone you love. This is because you expect the person you love to know so much about you. You are not expecting so much from the stranger. They don't know what you love or what you hate. They do not know what makes you happy, nor do they know what gets you annoyed. So you are not expecting anything much from them. This is why when a stranger offends you, you could easily let it go. But when this hurt is coming from someone you love and cherish so much, you already expect them to know you so well. They should already know what you like and what you hate. They should already know what makes you happy and what makes you sad. This makes it really hard to forgive the person you love. Amidst all these, you should also know that no one is above mistake. You could also be in their position someday and you would need them to forgive you. No matter what they did that hurt you, you should think of the countless things that they have done to put a smile on your face. Hurting you might not be intentional, and you do not need to cut off all ties with them simply because they made a mistake. Though, it could be a very big mistake that you do not expect from them. You could be very disappointed in them, and it is actually fine to be hurt. But you should give them an opportunity to explain themselves. Give them a room to apologize, and give them a chance to redeem themselves. Do not shut them out of your life without giving them this opportunity. You should be able to factor in the love you have for them. When they feel apologetic, you should accept their apology and let bygone be bygone. Whenever they do something wrong, correct them with love instead of bringing up an issue that the both of you have talked about and settled. Number 5, pray to God about it. God should be involved in everything it is that you are doing. Always pray to God even when things are going very smooth. Confide in God and He would show you the way. Sometimes your partner might hurt you and you feel it is beyond repairs. You should be able to talk to God about this and let Him handle things His own way. God has a way out of every situation you find yourself in, and He is always willing to help you. When your partner hurts you, pray to God about it and ask Him to heal you. Let God give you the strength, wisdom, and knowledge to handle the situation, and trust in God to handle this situation with perfection. This is what a true believer should do instead of reporting your partner to everyone who cares to listen. You should know that there are so many people out there that does not care about your relationship and your happiness. So they might want to use this opportunity to break you up. It is only God that you can trust. Pray to Him and watch how everything will fall in place perfectly.